Hey, my name's Andy Wood, and in this video I'm going to show you how to simulate an Orton effect using Lightroom. Hey there, I'm Andy Wood, and before we get started I'd just like to invite you to head over to imagepunk.com and grab yourself some free presets and tutorials. And just to say that if you like this video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Cheers. Right, let's get started. Now in a previous tutorial I showed you how to create an Orton type effect on your images using Photoshop, and that's my preferred way to do it. But if you are like many and just have access to Lightroom, there is a way of simulating Orton that at least gets pretty close. Let's say that it gets pretty close. So here we have an image, and the first thing we want to do is alter the highlights. Just bring the highlights down just a touch, somewhere like that, -15, something like that. Bring the shadows down to something similar, maybe a little bit more, maybe -20. Then the presence, we take the texture way down. Let's take that to the 60s, shall we? Somewhere around about there. Clarity, we'll take that all the way down. As you can see, it's already starting to look like an Orton image. And then we will dehaze quite a ways down as well to add that kind of mist to it. Now that's pretty close. If we go to the tone curve and just take the highlights there and just bring it in a touch, so just move it from right to left, and the shadows from left to right. Now that is pretty close. So that's an Orton effect image, or a simulation of. Now I've saved that as a preset. If I go to my library and choose a different sample image, let's go for that one, a poppy field, and we will simulate the Orton. As you can see, pretty much the same settings, and it's okay, but for this image it all looks a little bit light, so it just needs a little bit more work. So I'm going to bring the contrast up somewhere there, and I'm going to bring the highlights down much more. Let's bring it into the 50s, somewhere there. Shadows we'll probably leave as it is. Let's remove some whites. Let's tone them down. Let's go somewhere around about there, and we'll take the blacks all the way down. Now we're starting to, that bit looks absolutely fantastic. Now in the presence, let's have a look. Texture, let's take even more out. So we're putting it in, let's take it out, just make it a little bit, it's almost like it's defocused. Clarity is okay. Dehaze might take a little bit off. Let's take it to somewhere like that, and let's tone the vibrance down a little bit, somewhere around about there. And the saturation, we'll add a bit of saturation in. Let's just see, maybe too much. Let's go back to mid-40s. Now that looks pretty good. Let's see if we can do anything with the sky. Not really, not in this image in its current form. That's looking pretty good. That's quite a nice look. A little bit of cropping, maybe a little bit more tweaking, and that's quite a nice fine art print in the making, I think, with that one. let's go for something else. Let's try a different poppy field. Now the settings I had for that kind of moody Orton I've also saved as a preset. We'll start with the simulated again and go back up to the basic settings, and contrast we bring up something like that. Highlights we take down into the 50s. The shadows we take, well, probably about the same, maybe a little bit, maybe a touch for this image. Whites, let's go down, turn the whites down, and we'll take the blacks right down. And again, that's looking great at the in the foreground there. Texture we'll take right down. Clarity we're good. Dehaze is probably okay. Let's see if I take it a little bit. Somewhere around about there. Let's take the vibrance down a touch. Somewhere around about there. And the saturation into the mid 40s. I think that's too much. So I'm going to bring that back to somewhere like that. And this definitely, we've lost what we had in the sky, so let's see what we can do there. Luminance, and we will take the blue luminance down. Here we go, this is looking better. Something like that. And just tweak the exposure very slightly there. Now look at that, that's super. So we've gone from quite a nice but ordinary looking image to something that's got an Orton effect, and is also still quite moody. The original photo is quite moody as well, but I think that's great, and that would again is a nice fine art print in the making. So it is as easy as that. We can simulate an Orton effect in Lightroom, and we can add a little bit of mood to it. That's how we do it, and it should only take you a minute or two to achieve. That's it. Thanks for watching. Cheers.